we boiled the milk in last night.
I see. Good morning.
Happy Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Coming back at you. Let us know if you're watching the replay in the comments. Hashtag watching replay. What are you doing?
This is Friday. This is my Friday.
That's your Friday? That's your whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop, Friday.
Whoop, whoop. Let me go and share this to a couple different places.
Sure. So this morning we just wanted to jump on quick and talk about immune system. It's one of our digestion, immune system. It's all one of our favorite topics to talk about. And we'll talk a little bit about prevention and how to keep your immune system strong. And it's something that's important all of the time. A lot of times we think there are different seasons for not feeling well. we don't like to use, Drew and I don't like to use the S word, S-I-C-K word.
Or F-L-U.
Or F-L-U word. Because we feel that if you are using those words all the time, then it's going to happen. Like that energy force or that energy field, if you keep putting that out there, those words out there, then we strongly believe that you're creating your future. That's what's going to happen. So we don't like to use those words, but we want to talk about this morning how to keep your immune system strong and healthy all the time instead of just accepting, oh, it's FLU season. Or, oh, it's that time of year when we get S-I-C-K. Sure. So we want to talk about ways that you can prevent all the time. And immune system is so important to our health. And we want to talk about that this morning.
Morning, Lee.
Hey, Lee.
And we got Crystal in here, too.
Hey, Crystal.
If you guys are hopping in here, jumping in here, let us know. It's always nice to see who's here and who we're talking to.
Mm-hmm. So we just got off our morning live with our monthly membership group. And this topic came up briefly, the immune system topic. And we always do our Friday morning live. Every Friday morning we go live publicly. So we thought, well, why not talk about immune system with everybody?
That's right. It's important. And especially this time of year in Alberta is getting cold. And there is, how do you say?
That's another S word we don't like.
Oh, yeah, C-O-L-D.
S-N-O-W.
Well, fortunately, we haven't seen any yet, but that doesn't mean that Alberta isn't getting hit with a whole lot of it.
Yes.
As usual. Or Canada in general.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, who haven't tuned in a while, we are in California, Redondo Beach, LA. So that's where we've been here for quite a few months now. Our weeks are kind of dwindling down that we'll be back in Alberta, but we have not seen the S-N-O-W yet.
It's true.
Excuse me, and we're kind of nervous to go back and be kind of just, there'll be no adjustment period. It'll just be like, bam!
Yeah, I can't say I'm looking forward to snow, that's for sure.
Thank you, everybody who's tuning in that's saying hello. That's wonderful. We've said good morning to Lee and Crystal, Shauna, Sherry. Thanks so much for tuning in. And if you haven't said hello yet, give us a good morning or a hello in the comments so we know who's in here and who's watching. It's always nice to know who we're talking to.
Yeah, so today we're talking about immune system. It's important because it's this time of year is coming. And if we don't work on preventing now, we're not going to get that opportunity to prevent. We're going to have to treat. But we do have some treatment ideas as well. But prevention is something that we kind of specialize in and would like to talk about before having to treat.
Louise is in here too. Good morning, Louise. Thanks for saying hi.
Morning, Louise.
So, Drew, where would you like to start?
Well, I think that getting into healthy habits is a great place to start.
Okay.
Do you have any ideas on what you can do to create healthy habits?
Of course. In our monthly membership and with our clients, we teach routines, how to get yourself into proper routines. So, for example, where's the book? For example, Drew wrote the book Detoxify Yourself, and it's all about living a lifestyle that's detox-free, that's free from processed foods, from refined sugars, and from all the nasties. So really teaching you how to live a detox lifestyle. And that would be step number one for a healthy immune system. would be getting yourself into a nice morning routine where you are detoxing your body. So, for example, we have a really strong morning routine where we have a green smoothie, and we always supplement our bodies with food first. So green smoothie, for example, is going to be a nice way to detox your body. And then, what is he doing? Drew's got like 500 windows opened, and I'm trying to talk, and it's not working out very well.
Okay, I'm done. We got some.
Okay.
Besides, put some True Form logos up there.
Okay. That needs to stop now. Not the True Form logos, but it's very distracting to have you working on different windows there. Are you done?
I'm done.
And now I've lost my train of thought, so I think you should take over.
Train of thought.
I was talking about morning routines.
Yeah, it's important to get to morning routines, because if we look at morning routines, like for us, for example, we can look at magnesium is one of the first things that we have in the morning. So we have our own magnesium product that we developed, and it's a great way to give you a natural boost of energy, and there's so many health benefits from that alone. Then we look at green smoothies, like getting into the habit of having green smoothies. That's going to keep your immune system strong because there's so many phytonutrients in there. We have turmeric in there, we have ginger in there, we have lemon in there. Many of those are they're alkalizing, they offer immune system support. So when we talk about creating healthy habits, it's to keep our immune system strong all year long, as opposed to only when we're not feeling well.
I'd like to know who currently drinks green smoothies on a regular basis and enjoys it. Or even if you don't enjoy it, do you still do it? So let us know in the comments if you are a green smoothie fan or not. You know, we are totally judgment-free zone. If you're like, ooh, I do not like green smoothies, let us know. Or if you're like, oh, I'm a diehard, I have a green smoothie every day, put it in the comments. If you're new to green smoothies, this is a vegetable smoothie. So no fruits in our green smoothie. It's cucumber, celery, cilantro, other herbs, mint, and parsley, lemon, ginger, turmeric, like Drew was saying. And this is really going to help flush the toxins out of your body. Maybe Drew can pop the recipe into the comments for you if you're a newbie. This green smoothie doesn't count as your breakfast, right? So you would have it first thing in the morning, but this is just to prepare your body for the day or for food, for example, and it's going to help flush out those toxins from your body. And in our monthly membership, that's part of our morning routine every day.
Yeah, so if you're not sure what our monthly membership is, it's where we have a private support group online, and that's where we offer meal plans, recipes, grocery shopping lists. Nutrition-wise, we take the guessing out of it for you, so you know exactly what you're going to have throughout the week. Then we have meal plans as well. Then we have workouts as well. So you know exactly what you're having and I'm trying to do two things at once. You know exactly what you're doing.
So it's scheduled. Workouts. So you know, workouts or meal plan are you talking about?
Are you listening at all?
I was not listening to Drew, obviously. Did you tune him out too?
So
hopefully not.
Within our monthly meal plan, within our monthly membership, we have meal plans, recipes, and grocery shopping lists. We also have at-home workouts, fitness routines, and we offer that support if you have any questions with workouts, injuries, recovery. And then we have a private support group where everyone is involved and posting. We're actually this is day 5 of our 10-day challenge. We always do something different to help offer inspiration, motivation, and just to keep things rocking and rolling.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So
familia.
Then we have green tea. So, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Then we have, like for morning routine, we have a green tea, for example. So this also offers a number of antioxidants. It gives you natural boost of energy, and it gives you the ability to fight off disease at a deeper level, I suppose. So this is the healthy habits we're talking about. This is just the morning routine. This isn't talking about prevention, or even really, I suppose this is prevention, but this isn't even talking about treatment of not feeling well at this time of year.
So prevention is every day. Every day you want to make an effort to prevent and keep your immune system strong. So all of the things that we talked about in the morning routine, the green smoothie, the green tea, the kombucha, those are high in antioxidants. So throughout the day, every day, we want to be filling our bodies with antioxidant-rich food. So these are going to be your green, your leafy greens. This is basically your green vegetable category is your antioxidants and colorful foods. For example, if we look at fruit, blueberries, for example, nice rich blue. So those are going to be full of antioxidants as well. But we want to make sure we're getting lots of antioxidants throughout the day to fight off those free radicals. And the free radicals are those toxins that we come in contact with on a daily basis, or that we consume on a daily basis. So, for example, help me out, Drew, for free radicals and stimulants like caffeine, alcohol, tobacco,
processed food, refined
sugar. All of those are going to be, I suppose, hurtful for your body. Harmful. That's a better word. Harmful for your body. Your body doesn't know what to do with those substances, how to process them. The antioxidants step in and say, "Hey, I'm here to help," and they do.
They do. I just think it's funny how you process that.
The antioxidants.
I think
of the antioxidants like this big, like superhero. He's big and muscular, and he comes in and he's like, "Bye-bye, free radicals," because the free radicals are like they're
leeches. They suck you,
they're
drag
like
you
the
down.
enemies, right? So we want to get rid of the free radicals with the antioxidants.
All right, we got some comments here. I did put on our green smoothie link. If you would like to try that, just click on that link, and that will tell you exactly where to go. We got a bunch of comments.
Loving the comments, guys. And if you are enjoying the show, please hit that hearts button.
We have no hearts at this point.
No hearts.
Louis says not really a fan of green smoothies. I drink
them occasionally just because I know they're good for me. You know what? I fought the green smoothie train for a really long time, didn't I, Drew? I would stick my nose. Drew made them, and I would stick my nose up, have a couple sips, and then it would sit on the counter and get warm. And then Drew would end up drinking. And I fought it because I didn't like it either in the beginning. But I just started with small amount. So, for example, a few sips, and then I was having like a quarter of a glass, and then it turned into a half a glass, and then slowly I just started. Louise, I'm kind of like you. I was just drinking them because I knew it was good for me, but now my body will crave them. Crave the green smoothies.
Could you unplug that battery?
Yes.
And then we have So
my point with that was just stick with it. Start slow.
And then we have Sherry's in here, and she says...
Sherry says, I would like the recipe. So that was popped into the comments, Sherry.
Did you see that?
Did you see it?
And then, very nice, Katrina.
Katrina,
we are proud of you.
Woo! Katrina is our rising star. So Katrina was in our 10-day sugar detox and then moved over to our monthly membership. And she's rocking, you guys.
Yeah,
rocking it.
Doing awesome. So that's great to hear, Katrina. Thanks for sharing that with us. A lot of people are like, no, never, not going to happen for me, green smoothies. But they are actually, they're like refreshing, and your body does start to crave them. You just have to give them a chance. You have to give them a try. I think sometimes people try them one time, and they're like, man, this isn't for me. And then we brought the green smoothies to workshops every once in a while. So we have people sitting in front of us. We pour them green smoothies. And I would say at least 75% of the group is like don't really want to try, but they feel, we're Canadians, of course, so we don't want to say no and hurt anyone's feelings. For the most part, of course, there's a couple people that are like, no chance. But then if we actually get people to try it, 90% of the group is like, wow, this really isn't so bad.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good. So you have to actually give it a try before you turn your nose up at it.
Mm-hmm. What was I going to say? Oh, you can think of your green smoothie as like your multivitamin for the day too.
Yeah. So much going on in there.
So much nutrients going on.
So that's just your morning routine. That's before we get into some of the other aspects.
Yeah. So if we look at more nutrition-based prevention methods, we talked briefly earlier about the antioxidants. So we want to make sure that we are having salads, for example, on a regular basis. I know that it's harder in the wintertime because you want something comforting and warm. So soup, like putting a green detox soup, is really great instead of a salad, for example. But we want to get those antioxidants into us on a daily basis, and we want to avoid those things that are in the free radical category. So we already talked about those, but we want to avoid the processed sugar and the
processed food,
refined sugar and processed food. We want to avoid those things to keep our immune systems strong. Whenever we put those sugary processed foods in our body, we are weakening our immune system. So we are increasing our chances of getting the F word. FLU. Right? FLU. I'm not that great. FLU? Yeah.
It's
FLU. Oh my gosh, you guys! 3-letter word and I can't even spell it! Yes. Or getting SICK, right? So anyway, just think of those every time you make those decisions, just think of that. And if you choose to have alcohol, or if you choose to have something with refined sugar, just try to counteract that by maybe having, if you have a few drinks in the evening, the next morning have your green smoothie and have a salad for lunch to get those antioxidants, fighting off those free radicals, keeping your immune system strong.
One of my favorite quotes is, we don't like the word disease, so we say dis-ease because it's a dis-ease in your body. One of my favorite quotes is, you're either fighting a dis-ease with the food you're putting in your body, or you're feeding a disease. So you could consider that next time you put food or nutrients or lack thereof in your body.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, should we get into another method?
Yes, we should.
Okay.
I'm just sharing this on the True Form page for anyone that may be waiting for us there. Well, I think it's worth mentioning that we got John in here. Morning, John.
Hey, John. Thanks for joining us.
John put up an awesome video I only saw it on Instagram, John. It's really cool for me to see, like, he put up, he does flooring, and he's rolling out this carpet and cutting it. And my dad was actually in carpet for years.
A long time, yeah.
So, but anyways, it's really cool to actually see what you do. So thanks for posting that, John.
John, can you give us the correct term? I don't think we say my dad was into carpet, do we?
I don't know. He's a carpenter? I don't think he's a carpenter.
No.
I don't know.
Floor installer?
I don't think so.
I don't know what you call it!
No, John does floor. Like, John does other
floor
things. Installations? He does, like, you do different types of flooring. I'm pretty sure my dad only did
carpet? That's it?
I think so.
So would he be like the carpet man?
I don't know. You're making these things difficult.
No, I just want to use the proper terminology. That's all.
I put the green detox soup in the comments. If you guys want to give that a try, just click on that. What do we got over here, Jessica?
Oh gosh, I wish you guys shared this last week. Myself and kids are just getting over sinus colds. Those are so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up having one in Sri Lanka, remember?
Yeah. That's a tough one.
It was a tough one. But you know what the thing is that I noticed too? Is that, of course, we are giving you tips to prevent, but it's not to say it's 100% never going to happen.
Yeah.
Even when you are consistently preventing, there are times when your immune system just can't fight whatever is going on. And that happened to me in Sri Lanka when we were there in April, a sinus infection. But anyway, well, the point of me sharing that was that I feel that because we prevent, it didn't last as long, or it didn't get necessarily as severe as it could have, and I was able to get through it without without any medications or prescriptions, for example. So I think that if you continually prevent and are aware, and something does come up, your body's able to fight it off quicker.
Yeah, and that's something that we notice is that these things do come up in life that it's hard to avoid altogether, but they don't come as frequently and they don't stay as long. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. So Jessica, there's a couple things that we can talk about. Foreign sinus, COLDS. Let me get back to that here. We were just talking to John, or about John's business. He was a rug bug.
Rug bug!
There you go.
I like that.
I'll ask him next time I see him.
Floor covering installer is the proper title.
Okay.
See,
For John or for anyone that does flooring?
I
Like
think,
just carpet or any flooring?
No, because I don't know. John, you can help us out, but he says that a carpet person is a rug bug.
You like
Isn't
that?
that fun? And then a floor covering installer.
So, Jessica, we'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that.
Dorothy. Sometimes I can't handle Dorothy. So, one of the things I really enjoyed is the neti pot.
Oh.
And a lot of people are like, there's no way I'm doing that. Or some people have tried it one time. It does get easier. Do you want to share your neti pot?
Well, I was just thinking because Jessica had said her kids had that too. And I'm not sure that a child would
do a neti pot?
do a neti pot. Did you do it?
As a kid? I didn't really know about it till I was...
Oh, okay. Okay. I am a wuss when it comes to the neti pot. And it is a big production in our house when I do the neti pot.
When I can make her do it.
I don't know how to really explain my behavior towards the neti pot.
You could consider a 6-year-old talking about how they refuse to eat broccoli on their plate.
So first step with the neti pot is the refusal. I don't want to do it at all. And then the second step is Drew forcing me to do it and actually like holding my head and doing it for me. And then the third step is, oh my gosh, I feel so much better.
I think the third step is Dorothy freaking out.
Oh,
Being
freaking
like,
out.
It's too much. It's too fast. It's too cold.
Oh my gosh, my brain is gonna explode!
And then she's like, oh my gosh, I can breathe. It's so nice to breathe. So that is...
It's a little bit of a production in our house.
That's Dorothy's process. Let's see what we have. So Jessica's on the same page as you. I can't do neti pot. I tried,
but it scares me. I have tried, but it scares me. And that's why I need Drew to pour it in for me, because I won't do it.
Yeah, I have to do it. Jessica says I diffuse so much peppermint, lavender, and lemon. And then... I'm supposed to say I've tried, but I'm scared. Yeah. It's not that bad. You have to do it consistently. If you do it once every 6 months or once a year, it's uncomfortable without question. But if you're doing it consistently, like daily, I would say if you're not feeling well, I recommend doing it twice a day. It's pretty cool. Here we have the ocean, obviously, and in the winter in Alberta, it's like super dry, and like I get congested if the weather is dry and cold. So we're pretty fortunate here. But when I get into warmer climates, even more humid climates, like I don't have nasal issues in New Brunswick or New York, like when it's more humid. Here it's not as humid in LA, but we have the ocean, and if you jump in the ocean, it's like a neti pot. So it's pretty cool that if we have those issues, I can flush out anything
with a jump in the ocean.
Yeah. Of course, most people don't have that are watching, but if you can get yourself to do the neti pot on a regular basis, it'll make a big difference.
Right. Consistency.
One of the other things is, I don't have it, it's actually near the bed, but it's a little stick that Jane got me for Christmas.
My mom, yeah.
And we put 1 drop of peppermint essential oil on it like a year ago. You guys know those things should
I go get it?
Sure.
Real quickly? Because it's kind of interesting.
Most of you have probably seen it. They used to sell, I'm pretty sure my grandma had them around her house. They were like Vicks, and it's like a little tube, and you just like breathe in. And it really helps. But I had this thing like a year ago, and it still works. I use it in the morning just to wake myself up a bit, and I use it in the evening as well.
Yeah, so this is what Drew is talking about. And it just has a little... Is the diffuser thing in here?
Yeah.
Now I can't open it. But there's a little stick inside of here, and you drop your essential oils on it. and then you just use it as a nasal stick.
It's true. It's actually really nice.
Yeah.
Shauna says, "What is a neti pot?" Do we?
Want me to grab it?
Sure.
I'll go grab it. I'm the runner. I'm the runner today.
Okay, we were actually finished this conference this weekend, last weekend, and they called them mic runners. So anytime someone had a question or when they open up Q&A, they're like, "We need a mic runner." So the runner would like actually run and like have the microphone and run and like stick in front of your face. It's kind of funny. So Dorothy's the prop runner.
I'm the prop runner.
And then we had Jessica says, "Ew, ocean water, fish." Oh my gosh, you're out of control, Jessica. She says fish pee is in the ocean.
Fish pee! Not just fish pee. I think other people pee in the ocean too. Anyway. This
Move on.
is the neti pot.
So that's an neti pot. So you put...
Should we do a demo?
Sure.
You do it. Like to me.
I'm not doing it to you. Just do it. Most people are not going to have someone else do that for them.
Okay. But I can't do it. Like this, right?
Yeah. So that's basically what you got to do.
So you put the salt and the water in here, preferably warm water, because cold water hurts.
Yeah, cold water. I don't know, warm water, like lukewarm water.
Not hot.
No, it goes... It's like going into your sinuses, and like your sinuses are up above your eyes as well.
So that's when it reaches my sinuses up here. That's when I feel... I'm going to turn you away from it by saying that. But that's when I scream at Drew, "My brain is exploding!" But it's your sinuses clearing out up here.
Yeah, so
can feel it.
you get congested.
Can I do it again?
Oh my gosh.
Like this.
Okay, so you have to, and this is like, they have newer ones where you can actually like squirt up your nose, but this is ancient. Like the yogis used to use these because through meditation and breathing exercise, they needed to have clear sinuses. So this is thousands of years old probably. And that's why it looks like, oh, that doesn't look very interesting. Or maybe it doesn't look like modern.
Modern, yeah.
So this is like an old school neti pot. And you put a mixture of certain kinds of salts in here at the top.
Filtered water.
And make sure you use filtered water, of course. And then you have to make sure you turn your head to the side because you're pouring in one nostril and it's coming out the other. And we put a whole pot in one side, so let that all come out, unless Dorothy's...
Sometimes I can only handle half a pot.
Yeah, Dorothy might do it for like 4 seconds, and I'm like, it's not going to work unless you hold it there. So, anyways, that's the neti pot, and I highly suggest using it on a regular basis. I think that there are more health benefits that we know from using this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it drains all your sinuses. Yeah.
Shauna says, "Hello, you're goofy, Dorothy." That's a kind way.
Maybe, Shauna, we can give you a little neti pot demo when we're back.
So one of the things my grandma used to do, it looks like a genie lamp.
It does!
It does look like a genie lamp.
It didn't realize that till you said it, John. You get 3 wishes.
Wish for clear sinuses. Has anyone seen Aladdin?
The new one.
To get completely off topic.
The new one.
With Will Smith?
Oh my gosh. It was amazing.
It was fantastic.
We loved it.
We actually went to the movie theater to watch The Lion King. They were sold out, so we watched the
Aladdin.
Had zero expectations, and it like blew us away.
I was a little disappointed, actually. I was like, oh, fine, I'll go see Aladdin. Because we were like building ourselves up to see Lion King for so long, because we don't go to the theater very often. And so then I was like, okay, I guess we can see Aladdin instead. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Yeah. And John says make a wish.
Yeah.
If we make the wish out loud, does that mean it won't come true? So, and I gotta tell you, we've never experienced a dine-in theater before. We must have them in Calgary or in Canada. I haven't seen
one before.
So they call it a dine-in, like AMC dine-in theater. And we have one close here, and it was like cheap movie night. I think it was like $5 or $6 for a movie. Mm-hmm. And you have like big leather recliners, and then you have tray tables that come out, so you can put your popcorn there. You can actually bring snacks in if you want.
If you wanted.
And so you actually recline the chairs. And like I said, we don't go to, like Dorothy said, we don't go to movie theaters very often because I think the price is ridiculous. And I also think that it's uncomfortable. So you have to wait in line. There's people pushing all over the place. There's like tiny seats. It's just not comfortable. I'd rather sit at home and watch a movie. And I'm guessing that's why they invented these dining. So, and it was amazing. We had such a good time. And we're like, let's go. We can't wait to go back. We haven't gone back, but I did, but you didn't. Because I wanted to watch
I didn't want to see a horror movie, and Drew did.
But at any rate, it was such a great experience, and it's so different than we found this really nice movie theater in Red Deer called Mayfair.
No.
Carnival theaters.
Carnival.
And they have like real popcorn. Like, so if you go to like the Cineplex ones, it's like a weird like plasticky popcorn. It's not popcorn. So this one in Red Deer we found is
cheaper.
It's Carnival. It's cheaper, like reasonable prices. They play the movies a little bit, couple weeks after they come out in like Cinemax or whatever.
So once they're done at Cinemax, then they go to Carnival after that.
Yeah, so they're probably a bit cheaper to rent or however that works in the industry.
Then, yeah.
The popcorn is like real popcorn. They're smaller theaters, so those big Cineplex ones, you're like crammed in there with like a couple hundred people, and those other ones are like dirty. There's so many people going through, like there's no customer service. They're like taking your ticket and pushing you through, and the Carnival one is like smaller. The people are actually friendly. It's really a really nice experience, and I think at least for us when we go out for an experience. And those Cinemax ones is I can't say enough negative things, so I'll just move on.
I know. I'm like, you're getting kind of negative.
I just don't like them.
Okay, back to our topic. David said, budget movie theater. Is that a real thing, Dave?
Is that a thing?
Is that what he's telling us?
I don't know. Budget movie theater?
Is that a thing?
Maybe Carnival theaters is budget?
Yeah, must be.
Yeah, well, the dine-in ones, like the really nice ones here in South Bay Galleria, is those are like really nice, and they're like on Tuesday nights. It's like $5 to go see a movie.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. And Jessica says,
at Carnival, I think she's talking about. I find the seating is more comfortable too. At Carnival.
Yeah,
we like it there.
Hey Trudy.
Hey Trudy, we haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, good to see you.
How's it going?
Okay. Oh, we got a couple. That was just me. So we were
So go ahead, Drew. Sorry.
I'm just saying we were talking about the neti pot in different ways. One of the other ways to clear out your sinuses, my grandma used to do this.
Oh, I like this one.
Is she put your head over the sink and then you had hot water, like from the kettle, hot water. You put your head over the sink and you put a towel over your head. And I think she put like Vicks or something in there.
We put peppermint essential oil.
Yeah, I'm not done.
Oh.
So you put your head over there and then you get the steam coming up. So the Vicks would help clear out your sinuses. Don't really know what's in Vicks and probably wouldn't recommend it. So we put something like peppermint essential oil.
Yeah, so we put 1 drop of peppermint essential oil in the sink. The plug is in. And then 1 drop in the sink. And then you put your kettle water in there and go over it with the towel. And the steam and the peppermint.
So we take 10... There goes Cody.
Oh.
Cody may have to go to the bathroom. So we take 10 deep breaths in through our nose and out, and then 10 deep breaths in through your mouth and then out through your nose. So we try to get both ways to clear out your sinuses. So hopefully that'll help some of you out as well if you're dealing with any sinus issues.
Yeah. Let's move on a little bit.
What you got?
Well, we talked about improving your immune system through food. We talked about the sinus thing, but I wanted to touch a little bit on exercise. Because a lot of times when we aren't feeling well, the last thing that we want to do is go do a workout or go for a run or a walk or whatever it is. But it's actually one of the best things that you can do when you're not feeling well because it's going to help flush out those toxins. So as much as you don't want to do it, go do it because sweating, as we know, pushes those toxins out of our bodies. So that's always one thing. I mean, it's scientifically proven to do that. So it's one of those things that a lot of times we have to push ourselves to do, but it's going to be the best thing for us. Yeah. The last thing we want to do, but the best thing for us.
Mm-hmm. So exercise it helps you reduce stress. It helps you flush out toxins. And then it gives us the opportunity to replace or I suppose refill those cells with things that we need. For example, like hydration or phytonutrients or magnesium, whatever it is like our body is like so congested, full of toxic substances, and we need to flush that out. So that's why we need to sweat and get rid of the things that shouldn't be in our body.
So if we're talking about prevention, if we aren't working out on a regular basis, then from an immune system perspective, then we aren't flushing out the toxins that we need to properly. So all those toxins are building up in our bodies, and they keep building, and they don't have a way to be released. So that's another reason why it is so important to have a regular workout routine in sweat is to get that out of your system. So the more frequently you are consistent you are in your workout routine, the more it's going to strengthen your immune system as well.
Yeah, and you know what's coming up here? Christmas.
Woo!
The holiday season.
Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year.
You done?
Oh my golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Now I'm done.
Anyways,
what's coming up is
the holiday season is coming up, and it's going to be here in a couple weeks. And this is the most stressful time. This is the most stressful time because we have families that we're going to be seeing more than we don't usually see them. Late nights, drinks, appetizers, and then we're going to have financial concerns because of all the presents and gifts. So
travel.
Travel. This is the most stressful time of year, and the probably the most unfortunate part about that is we're going to stop exercising. We're going to stop eating well. And if you look at exercise in particular, it's the best way it's the best way, the most effective way to reduce stress in your life. And we're going to stop doing it when it's the most important time to do it, to get it in. Like, find time, make excuses to get your workouts in instead of make excuses of why it's not going to work out today.
Exactly.
Does anyone have a plan? This is probably a tough question because if you don't have a plan, you're probably not going to want to answer. But does anyone have a plan for this holiday season on how you're going to get your workouts in? Let us know in the comments.
I would love to know. Because Drew and I are thinking about that too. We have got ourselves into a really great routine from the time we got here, really. So the time we got to California, it was July. And we have such a great routine. And we joined a running group and have been going consistently every week. And myself, I said to Drew the other day, because I was planning out my workouts for November, and I said to Drew, oh my gosh, the last week of November, we're going to be back in Alberta. So what's our plan to stay consistent and stay working out? Because a lot of people think this is what we do and this is our expertise, health and fitness, that we're great at it. And I mean,
pretty good.
We are good at it, but I just want to say that we aren't perfect.
No,
we have times that we struggle with motivation, and we have times when we aren't always on track as well. But I'm already saying to Drew, oh my gosh, how are we going to stay on track and keep doing what we're doing when we're in the freezing cold weather?
For us, we ride our bike every day. We run just about every day, and or work out outside. So it's a bit more challenging for us. I mean, it's easy here for us. Like, this is our lifestyle. We've made it work in different ways, and it's much more challenging when you're into a colder climate and traveling. So we're going to be traveling, and you're not going to be able to work out outside for the most part. So we are going to come up with a plan to figure out exactly what that looks like, where we're going to work out, what type of workouts we're going to do when we're in different areas over this holiday season.
Yeah, so having a plan is definitely one of the first steps, right, is to make your plan, to make it happen.
Jessica says I'll be done Christmas shopping before December 1st. Awesome, Jessica.
You're a maniac.
That's fantastic. And that's a plan. Like, come up with your plan so you're not getting your shopping.
Well, so that stress, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times when we don't have the plan, we're doing all of our preparations close to the day of.
So Jessica's a planner. She may be a bee. We did this personality training recently, It's always interesting to know. Jessica, if you don't mind, I'm gonna send you a link. Maybe you could fill out this little form that it actually gives you feedback about your own personality and then other people's personalities. But anyways, usually planners are in a certain category that look quite far in advance. Dorothy is a planner. The battery's dead.
The battery's dead. Do you want the new battery or do you want to switch cameras? We'll just switch cameras.
Okay.
That's easier.
Do you guys like this camera, or should we put the new battery in the other one? Let us know in the comments. So Dorothy's actually a planner as well, and so she was actually talking about and planning Christmas gifts and presents probably 6 months ago.
No, really? That long ago?
You were. We were talking about it, and you're like, I already have this set aside for this person. This is what we're going to do for this family member. You were talking about it a long time ago.
I didn't know it was that long ago.
Well, I just think it's a good thing because a lot of people have no plans. They're just going to be like, December is going to roll in, and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I have to get Christmas presents for everyone, which is going to increase stress levels. Do you think you can change that back?
Yes, I can change it, for sure. You keep talking.
I'll ride shotgun here. I'm not really enjoying this camera here. So.
Okay.
Let's see, we got a couple of comments on here. Looks like Louise is off. She's got a
Bye, Louise.
full day planned. Louise says, have a good day, everyone. Time to head to the Y. Workout and run happening.
Woo!
Running on the indoor track till the snow disappears. Awesome, Louise.
So
good for you.
You're running indoors until June?
Yeah, it's a long
I'm just being
indoors.
silly, Louise.
Louise is gone, I think. Shauna says, workouts are a routine for me, especially important with the Christmas season, which is a difficult time for me. I have to push myself, but no, it helps. Home workouts with True Form. Yes, Shauna. Shauna's in our monthly membership group. She's a rock star. She works out at home. She posts her videos in her group. Helps her stay accountable, and it helps.
You should be ready to rock.
We're in. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good job, Dorothy. Dorothy is the new tech person.
Oh, I don't know if I'd go that far. I can change a battery, though.
Jessica says, sure, I'd love to do something like that. I think I'm a planner, though. I need a schedule or routine, or I worry.
Yeah, I'm like that, too. But Drew is the opposite. Drew, right?
Well, you don't have to ask me. I
Okay.
think you already know. And we
It's
have...
the opposite. So we
have...
butt heads sometimes.
Yes, some of that is conflicting because I
Yeah.
want to do things last minute and Dorothy wants to plan. And so it's kind of funny. It's like the polar opposite. So Dorothy's like, I'm like, I want to do this. And she's like, we didn't plan for that. And I'm like, I don't want to plan. You know what's funny is like we're riding our bicycles, right? And sometimes I don't think. Well, a lot of times I don't think. I just react. And Dorothy always thinks before she reacts. So she's like, why didn't you tell me you were taking a left turn? And I'm like, I didn't know I was taking a left turn until after I turned.
And I was like, a little warning would have been nice.
So, but you know what's interesting? Like, we took this personality course to understand more about individuals, like about each other, about our customers and clients, so we can understand those that we're working with on a deeper level. And
to improve our service, right?
Yeah, so initially we did it to be better at who we are, so we could reach our customers at a deeper level and have a better understanding of you guys. But it's really helped our relationship as well because we have a better idea of like, now I know that I always thought like, well, why doesn't she just get over it? You know, like sooner or later she'll really realize that I just need to turn sometimes. But that's not ingrained in her. That's not her personality. So for us, like I need to know that like there's a light coming up, and now I'm like, so if that's a red light, we're gonna turn left. And you know, if that's a red light, we're gonna turn left. And if it's a green light, we'll keep going straight through. So it's not like, oh, here I go turning left, then she starts freaking out. So that is something that has helped ourselves as well, just understanding about each other's personalities.
Yeah, because I'm so regimented, routine, and like enjoy structure and rules. So if I see a red light, I know, I don't even have to think about it. I know I'm going to stop. But Drew's brain goes into the different mode where it's like, how can I get around this red light to be faster? Right? So I don't have to wait. So his brain would go around go left turn and go around. But my brain doesn't do that.
Because it wasn't planned, right? Like, I didn't plan that, so I'm going to sit here and wait.
It's not a rule, right? Like, The rule is you stop at the red light and wait. But Drew's trying to find a way to get around the rule.
Yeah. And you could think I'm a bit of a planner, but I'm not. So if I was a planner, I would have been like, in advance, if this light turns red, this is what I'm going to do. But it doesn't happen in my brain
It's
like
just
that.
now.
It goes red, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, I get flustered because I don't like change and I don't like rapid decisions.
You know what's funny? So at the conference, she's like, shout out answers. And one of the phrases was like, rules were meant to be
followed!
So
Drew says, broken!
No, but for me, I was like, followed. It was just like such a no-brainer to be like broken. Like that's like rules are made to be broken. And then, but then there's like half the room is like followed, and I'm just like, it was such a like an eye-opening experience. I'm like, oh my gosh, people really follow the rules.
But that's how my brain is wired. That's how my brain is wired. Like I didn't even think about that answer to that question. It just came out.
Yeah.
But another funny experience was like last night with making soup. Drew really wanted to make soup. And actually, you wanted to put the soup on the night before.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. It's like 6:30 at night. You have to make the broth like all day. It has to boil. You cannot put bone broth on now, right? Because like it takes all day. And then I said, Drew, but I know that you like to do things last minute. Like, if you want to put the soup on, then go ahead. But he waited until yesterday, put it on in the morning. But then he's like, well, do you want to have, the bone broth was ready. He's like, do you want to have soup tonight? And I was like, oh, no. We can't have soup tonight because we don't have the right vegetables for soup. And he's like, well, we have a sweet potato and we have a celery and we have a zucchini and you were naming off. Let's just put those in the soup. And I'm like, whoa. Those don't go in soup. We can't make soup without the right vegetables. and then, so that like kind of made you upset because you were in the mood to have soup.
I want to have soup. Yeah, for the last 2 nights. And Dorothy's like, this wasn't planned properly.
No, for me, it's like a step-by-step process. Like, if you want to make soup, then these are the veggies you need. But those veggies we didn't have. We had different veggies, so how can you make soup? Anyway, I was like, oh, fine. If you want to make soup with these veggies, we'll make it work. And it actually turned out to be a really, really delicious soup.
It was, excuse me. It was a really nice soup, but I think like that training helped us understand each other a little bit better. And Dorothy's been a bit more understanding because my personality is last minute. So for me, I think in a lot of cases, maybe you think differently. In a lot of cases, if Dorothy doesn't plan in advance and she starts freaking out, I'm like, okay, fine, we won't do it. And so in this situation, she was like, okay, I know like this is your personality and it would like make you happy to have this random soup idea. And I'm like, yes, it would, thank you. And
that's Drew's personality. Let's just throw a bunch of vegetables in the pot. Like there's no plan. They're just like, oh, we have a sweet potato, let's throw it in. We have this. And I used to like not understand why he did that. But now I do.
Now we know. Trudy says,
personality tests are cool. Have you heard of the
Enneagram?
No. Don't know that one, Trudy. Let us know about it.
Yeah, if you have a link, share it. Well, we haven't done anything like this before. I should mention. Like, I haven't.
No.
And I don't take those ones that are like 3 minutes online. I kind of feel like they're a waste of time.
Or like those those fun ones, you know, like that pop up on Facebook or things like that. Like This program that we took was really...
It was intense and it was like well researched.
Yeah.
She's been doing it for years. Like they're doing like huge businesses. Like they were voted the business of the future and for Forbes magazine. Like huge. Like they have endless credentials, which I'm sure other personality tests have. But at any rate, this wasn't like a quick thing. We did 2 10 to 12 hour days back to back.
Training, yeah. And this one that we did was based on values. I think a lot of the personality tests out there are based on psychology, like the brain. But this was based on values. So it's a little bit different, but yeah.
Jessica says my husband goes with the flow too, and it gets my mind racing.
I know.
Follow the rules so you don't get in trouble.
Right? I was so that kid. Like, you have to, don't want to get in trouble.
I bet you and Jessica have the exact same, like, personality if she filled that out.
Yeah. Well, Shauna actually filled it out, and Shauna and I are exactly the same.
Yeah. I haven't found anyone that's the same as me yet. John says break all the rules. It's
Maybe
more
John's
fun.
the same as you. John, you should do the test, see if you're the same as Drew.
That'd be cool. I'll send you the link if you want to do it. So with the link, you have to fill out a few details, but you get emailed like a PDF of like who you are and why, make me understand about yourself a bit more. And then we get it as well, so we can see who you, like what you are. So then we'll know like if we're the same or quite different or.
So it's not a long questionnaire, you guys. It's just 4 different cards that have values on each card, and then you have to look at the cards, and then you order the cards from what is the most important to you to what is the least important to you. You just drag and drop them into a template, and you order the cards, and then you fill out some details like personal details like email address, name, all of that stuff. And then they email you the report so that you can have more details about the test. But it's not one of those 100 questionnaire things. It's just the value cards.
Oh yeah, I'm so not interested in those super long questionnaire things. They actually tried to get us to do one at this thing, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. What was I gonna say? Oh, it's drag and drop. So there's 4 cards. So you look at the 4 cards and you just pull them into different categories.
Yeah.
I love it. It takes 5
seconds.
minutes.
Yeah. Well, depends. If you're someone like Drew, you would just like pull them in. Done, done, done. If you're someone like me, you read every single card in detail and then decide.
Where is that? Where's the code thing? This isn't it. John asked for it. Maybe some other people want to fill it out.
Bank Pass. / True Form.
Okay, here it is.
You have to log in.
Yeah, I'm logging in.
Okay.
We'll grab it for you right now. If anyone wants to fill it out, you can. If not, of course you don't have to. It's kind of fun though. We actually have these cards that you can give out if you're in person, and like it's fun. You like sit down and you have these conversations about your personality, and it's interesting. Most people enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, you know what was interesting to me is how she explained that. So she breaks hers down into 4 different categories, 4 different personality types. And we each have a bit of each personality type, but one is more dominant, of course. Anyway, so I thought it was super interesting that we each had a little bit of each personality type. But what I liked her explanation was that each personality type has their own language or their own way of communicating, which she called a language. So she said, think of it if it was like 4 different languages, like French, English, Spanish, Italian. And if you're over here and you're an English speaker and you're trying to communicate with someone who only speaks Italian, the communication is going to be so off. Like you're not going to be able to communicate properly. So the course was about how can you speak in these different languages, right? So how do Drew and I speak to each other so we're communicating and understanding each other properly, because our world is seen through different lenses. So it was about how to put on different lenses and see the world through someone else's eyes who's a different personality type than you, but be able to communicate with them effectively.
And I think there's maybe something deeper involved there, like ethical or empathy, maybe.
It was really rooted in empathy, yeah. Because
if you have one mind frame and you're like, what I say is right, the way I say it, it's like teaching, if you don't mind me saying it. Of course, you've heard me say it a bunch of times, but like throughout my entire schooling career, like all the way up to elementary school, junior high, high school, every single teacher that I can remember was like, this is how you learn and this is how you do it. And I was horrible in school. Like I struggled every step of the way until I got to college and university. And then I ran into some professors and different instructors that were like, here's the course, here's the sheet of paper, we're going to go through our syllabus, but you can hand in whatever you want. Like, do it however you want. All I need is for you to, at the end of the day, to finish your assignments and write your tests. And I flourished. I was actually a really good student. And it was because my personality didn't match. Do it one way. This is the only way to do it because they weren't speaking my language.
So, yeah, like you wouldn't have had a teacher that spoke your language.
Right.
So it'd be like the teacher was up there speaking Italian and you don't speak Italian.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you
then
didn't understand a thing.
Right. So it's the same thing when we have communications. Like, so if you're working with people in business, coworkers, your boss, your spouse, or relationships, if you two are speaking completely different languages and you're like, nope, there's just one way and this is the only way, it's pretty difficult to have a working relationship in any regard.
And you know what it was interesting too? They talked about parenting as well and how that, like your children most likely, not always, but most likely have a different personality type than you. So then if you're parenting in your code or your person's language, the program calls it a code. So if you're speaking or parenting in your personality type or your code, but your child is not the same personality or code as you, then how that can cause some conflict. Mm-hmm. So anyway.
Well, it's interesting for you as a teacher, because you're like so warm and nurturing, you would want to hug everyone.
Yeah.
And some kids are like, no, I don't want to hug. And Dorothy's like, oh, you're getting a hug.
Oh, you're getting a hug.
But that makes them feel very uncomfortable. It's not like they don't get the same emotions as Dorothy does.
Yeah. Because I always thought, well, everybody wants a hug and everybody needs a hug. Like that was my big thing. Or that's who I am. But then each personality type shows their emotion in different ways or likes different greeting. Like one was a high five, one was a handshake, one was a hug, and then one was nothing. So I was only hitting the huggers, right? Mm-hmm. Because that's what I do. I'm a hugger. But then there's other people that don't want the hug, right? So it was like, oh my gosh. If I could go back and teach now.
So if you guys are interested, the link is there. It's mybankcode.com/trueformlife, and you'll get there. They're like, it's $100. They're like, do you want your friends to have $100? Like, they say this test, like they give you a whole PDF if you're interested, and it's like they're like, oh, tell your people it costs like $100 to do this profession like that. Of course, it's free. You got to fill out some information and details. It gets sent to you, and it gets sent to us. Mm-hmm. And that's the facts.
Yes. Yeah.
So try that if you like, because it's fun to get to know each other's personalities. You guys can get to know ours. If you're like, hey, what are yours? We'll tell you our code too.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So Trudy says we missed a couple comments here. Ian Morgan Cron is a very long, in-depth test.
Oh.
Okay.
We'll have to look that one up.
Check it out. Thank you. And book?
The book is The Road Back to You.
Interesting.
Sounds interesting, yeah.
Thank you, Trudy. We'll have to check it out.
And then Trudy says, yeah, some people are so different and some people just don't get it. But these tests are great to have understanding and empathy for sure. I always want to understand people. Yeah. It's so true. And that the course that we did was really rooted in empathy, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Trudy says, offer kids choice of hug or high five or fist bump. Yeah, and you know what? That was always my exit, teacher language here, but my exit ticket at the end of the day was we would do like a hug or a high five handshake. But then I realize now there was one category missing because some people don't like anything, right? Mm-hmm.
What you could do like the bow.
Or a wink.
Like Dorothy's
was that the head nod group?
Can you watch Dorothy's head nod for a second?
No, I don't want to do it. I'm too shy.
Dorothy's head nod is.
So she was having us practice all of these different ways so you could get like a look into each personality. And which one was the head nod? Was it the last one?
I don't know if she was saying that these are personalities. She's just saying like if there's different ways to like greet people, and that's one of them. Like you can acknowledge someone without actually like touching, hugging, shaking.
Yeah. Anyway.
So anyway, she's like, "Do you want to like practice a head nod?" And then Dorothy like tried to do some head nods, and I'm like, "What are you doing? That's not appropriate for a stranger."
You know what's funny too is like I was because of my personality type, I'm a toucher. Appropriate touching, of course. But, like you offer, like you see a child is frustrated, so you, offer some comfort, like a pat on the back or, something, or, a hand or whatever. But I one time had a student that cringed and was like, "Oh, don't touch me." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that poor child," right? Like, no, like so against, like he needs to be cuddled and nurtured. That poor child doesn't get any nurturing. But
I think it's called smothering.
But now, looking from the course we took, looking in now, I'm like, that's just his personality type. He doesn't want to be touched.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
Nothing
that.
wrong, right? Like, but for me, as my personality type, as you'll find out when you do it, it was just like, I was speaking my language. And that was in his language.
My mom's in here. Morning, Mom.
Good morning.
And if you guys are enjoying the show, hit that heart button. It's always it helps us out. Always appreciate those hearts. Dorothy actually learned how this past weekend. She actually learned how to do a heart properly, I think. Would you like to show?
This one?
Oh,
it's so hard.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Oh.
I didn't get it.
Someone taught her, and it was...
Because we were... Oh, maybe it's this way. Just a second, guys. Like this? Is that it?
You're getting better. That's better than what it used to be. I think you're getting closer there.
Who knew?
Trudy says, let's see it. Let's see what? The head nod? You don't want to see it.
I did it.
It's painful. It's different.
No, it's like...
It's different every time.
So...
You're so not a head nodder.
No. And she said, if you can't do it, then don't. Remember?
Yeah. And I told Dorothy, don't. We got David in here. What's up, Dave?
Hey, Dave.
Dave Lee. Dave's a runner here in South Bay, and he's actually going to come on my show for an interview.
Oh, awesome.
Our new podcast called Transformations Through Running. Today's the last episode for season 1. So this is episode number 10, season 1. So we are super excited about starting a brand new season. You can listen to the show on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, a number of podcasting platforms. These stories are amazing. So Dave's got a great story that he's going to be sharing with us soon. And if you get a chance to check out the show, we would so much appreciate a review on iTunes, a follow on Spotify, or let us know how you're listening to the show. Dave says, I nod. Welcome to Cali. That's a teardrop. What's a teardrop? Dorothy's? Dorothy's
Nonsense.
teenagers. And
I'm a hugger.
And then, that's Cody, Mom.
Yeah, you missed him in the beginning of the show. He's snoozing now. He was roaming around.
He's a little bit older. He's a lounger. He hangs out. He's not too... That's about as much energy as you get from him.
That's Cody. Oh, I gotta go this way. Here he is. That's Cody.
He's very good. We love him.
We love Cody.
We see him often.
It's sad when he has to go home. Yeah.
His mom travels quite a bit, so we're fortunate we work from home so he can hang out with us.
He hangs out with us when his mom is traveling.
Okay, thank you so much for the hearts, you guys. We appreciate the hearts coming in. And the comments, these conversations have been fantastic. I don't know how we got way off topic, but
way off topic
with the personality thing. But if you get a chance,
it was fun.
Yeah, if you get a chance, or if you want to get the link to know more about your personality, shoot us the link, and
shoot us a message,
and we'll send you the link. It's really cool outside. I wish we could show you the camera. Dave, where are you in South Bay? You must be around here somewhere, not too far. But right now it's like super foggy out, and it's like you can almost not see across the street. I don't know if I've seen it this foggy.
I don't know. The other morning it was, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's been foggy, but the weather's changing a bit. But usually, for the most part, the weather here is
the same.
75 degrees every day.
That's why I love it.
Every single day, you don't have to it's because in Alberta we're used to being you have to bring clothing for all weather.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's summertime or winter. It could be smoking hot. It could be freezing cold in the summer, so you have to be prepared and you have to dress in layers. And here it's shorts and t-shirts. This is these sweaters are as much as we've worn this fall or winter or whatever. Is it winter?
Not winter yet. No.
It's November. When's winter?
December 21st. First day of winter.
Oh, wow. How do you know these things?
Says first grade teacher.
Dave says,
seasoned science.
I'm in Lomita. Where's Lomita?
Not far.
Just north? It's bright and sunny.
No, it's that way.
What way are you pointing?
No, that way.
South? No, wait. Yeah, you're pointing south?
All as I know is that when we drove here, the last time we drove through Lomita, remember?
Well, we drive from the north to south.
But we messed up our directions, remember?
Oh, so it must be close to
south.
Torrance?
It was south.
Oh, south.
Ah, see? I was right.
Maybe, is it just on the other side of Torrance? Okay, we got, Trudy says, knowing how to communicate with other personalities reduces stress. So that helps the immune
system. It is! So we did stay on topic.
Awesome, Trudy. John says, Chinooking in. Is it really? That's what's crazy about.
I have a really hard time with that.
The Chinooks?
With the Chinooks. In, the drastic, weather changes. I don't know. It just, I think that's why I'm so much more in my element here. Is because it's consistent.
Oh, you like... Dorothy's like the planner. She doesn't have to plan.
Well,
she knows.
My personality type, because we were talking about that, doesn't like change, right? So, all those drastic weather changes would play with my emotions. What is going on? Oh, my gosh. It's hot, it's cold, it's freezing, it's raining, it's hailing, it's...
Did you ever get a Chinook headache?
Yeah.
Chinook headaches are serious. They're the real deal. They're like a full-on migraine, and you can't do anything about it. Shauna says it's raining. So it's like an hour difference. It's raining in Olds. It's Chinooking in Calgary.
After being bitter cold for a week. So it's Chinooking after being bitter cold for a week.
Last winter, it was minus 30 for 3 weeks. Remember that? It's madness.
That was hard.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to be in a good mood. You're bright and cheery.
It's hard to want to go outside.
Yeah. For sure. All right, so we are super excited about our new protein supplement. We are so close. I feel like every day we're getting a little bit closer. We have hooked up with a brand new manufacturer here just north of where we're at, and we have different sweeteners involved. We have different ingredients involved, and we have constant communications going back and forth. So if you're interested in trying our new flavor, which is a secret, let us know in the comments. We are going to be creating a list, and that's got to be coming out soon. We're hoping by the end of the month we're going to have our finished product. We're thinking about having a support group,
but let us know, because this is going to be, we're only making a certain amount of bags. We've thrown around a couple of numbers, but we're thinking around 25 bags for the new flavor, and it's going to be exclusive group. So if you want in on it, then let us know soon, and I'm thinking to confirm your spot, we should get people probably to prepay as well. But that's something we can announce once we have all the details. But let us know you're interested, because there's only going to be so many spots.
And there will be a charge, of course. We have to cost a bunch of money to create the product. We're going to have to ship the product. There'll be a smaller fee, like a discount rate if you're interested. But we're going to get those, once it's created, we'll have them shipped out to you. We'll probably have a private group so we can have open conversations of how you like the flavoring, how
you're using it, your favorite way to use it.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be, I don't even know how much to share. It's going to be different. We're creating this one to be more, you can shake it, or you can put it in smoothies. So not so much the baking end.
Mm-hmm.
We feel like we have our baking product, and the smoothie ones, I think, what we're trying to improve on. So we have different ideas on how to do that, and we are so pumped. So
so those of you who are tuning in that are new or might not know, we've developed our own protein powder called Complete Truth Protein. Right now we have 2 SKUs. We have one for smoothies and we have one for baking as a gluten-free flour. And this new one that we're creating, we wanted to offer more a shake and take kind of appeal to it, so it's faster, even faster than a smoothie.
That's right.
So that's kind of That made have gave through too many details, but
That's kind of where, yeah.
But that's where we're at. So the 3 different, and once we get this new one added, we'll have 3 different kinds, all with a different purpose.
So the black and white bag is basically for baking. And then we have a green bag that's for smoothies. So you probably wouldn't want to just put it in milk and shake it.
Mm-hmm.
That's for a smoothie. And this one is going to be a bit more flavorful. It's going to be maybe a bit exotic. It's going to be fantastic. As if you couldn't tell, we're jumping out of our skin here.
It'll probably be one of the sweetest, the sweetest one out of the 3.
Yeah, best tasting.
But a good sweet, like not a refined sugar sweet.
And we have a number of different natural sweeteners that we have been experimenting with. And we're super fortunate that this manufacturer company, that they only deal with quality sweeteners. They don't have any...
Nothing fake.
They don't have anything fake.
Mm-hmm.
So we're fortunate, and they are giving us advice and tips and ideas and suggestions to come up with a amazing formula. So, and of course it's going to be healthy, otherwise we wouldn't do it.
Right.
But we're pumped to get it out there. So let us know in the comments if you'd like to join that private group, because we're going to have the private group for over the holidays. We'll make that group. You'll get your supply. We'll have conversations, and probably a month later, or then we'll be able to
open it up.
We'll open up to the public. But just consider what happened with the magnesium. We produced 60 bottles of magnesium, and after those went out, we're in back order for 2 months. Well, maybe not 2 months, for at least a month.
A while, yeah.
Because we had so many people that wanted to order, but we told everyone this is going to be a small exclusive group until we catch up with orders. So it's going to be the same thing with the protein. Like, we're going to have a small group, and then there'll be a lull period, like a production period, before we get it out to you. Mm-hmm. So jump on quick.
Mm-hmm. Jump on quick.
We got a couple comments. We got Darcy. What's up, Darcy? Darcy, you're like we can see you from here.
Yeah.
Are you still in Vegas?
No, he said he's getting on a plane again today. This time to Winnipeg. Just thought I'd pop in and say hello. Have a great weekend, guys. You too, Darcy.
Oh my gosh, were you in Calgary? Olds
No.
area, Calgary, then Vegas, now to Winnipeg?
Did he go back to Oz, or is he going to...
I don't know.
I don't know. Can't keep up with you, Darcy.
You have to keep. Good to see you, Darcy. Have a great trip. My mom says safe travels, Darcy. Okay, I think that's all we got.
Yeah. We've got to get going. Does your dog need magnesium?
Dave says, I need to complain, but somehow we all manage. I tend to complain, but somehow we all manage to get through the day. What gets us past the complaints should get us through the day. Yeah, for sure. It's always great to be positive and stay on track and get through the day in a happy way. Yeah, it's not our dog, but he could probably use some magnesium. He's
a lounger.
He just likes to hang out. We take him for walks.
Oops, I said the word.
He's sleeping, and he likes to eat, and he likes to sleep. That's his thing. So we're pretty fortunate. Like, we've watched some other dogs that were like super high energy and like in your face all the time, and it's like having a child. Like, you're trying to work, and then there's this dog like trying to bounce on your lap. So it's pretty nice that that's what CODY looks like for much of the day.
That's right. Oh, wrong way.
Look at him.
He's so cute.
Okay, that's what we got. Darcy, we got one more comment here. Vegas, Calgary, then Winnipeg. See?
He's all over the place.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. This was fun.
This is a great show.
Yeah, this is much more active than it has been the last couple weeks.
I didn't even get to talk about my oils.
I think we're done.
Okay.
Do you want to mention if anyone wants to talk about your oils?
No, we'll do it another time.
Okay. All right, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. We're here for however we can help throughout the... I don't know what I'm saying. I'm out of here.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks, Mom. Have a good weekend, too. That's it.
Yeah.
We're out of here.
We're out of here.
Have a great weekend. We'll catch you later on social media somewhere. We're on Instagram, instagram.com/DrewTadia. We have started a TikTok account. If any of you guys are on TikTok,
oh my gosh,
we've jumped on there as well. Short videos that are kind of crazy. And Dave gives us the nod. See that? Get Dorothy's face when she does
the nod!
Why do you need to make the It
cracks her up every time. I'm like, why are you laughing? It's my nod.
No, not.
Or this one.
Look at her.
Look how much he's
She
laughing.
never makes that face. I was thinking, like, could you imagine, like, we do, like, that was a thing for us. Like, you nod, like you.
Do it then. You do it.
You acknowledge people.
You do a nod.
No.
Do it.
A nod, like a proper nod, is an acknowledgement without an acknowledgement. It's something that is not part of your language.
Can you show me a proper nod? Why can't you just show me a proper
You wouldn't
one?
even recognize it. This is a nod.
Oh, do it again. Oh, it's very subtle. I'm not subtle.
Dorothy doesn't know anything about being subtle. Shauna says, "Sign me up." Oh my gosh.
Too much?
It's
Okay,
too much.
sorry. Shauna says... Oh, where is she? I don't see her comment.
Shauna says, "Sign me up for the." It went on a different page.
Oh, okay.
Sign me up for the protein list. We got you, Shauna. We'll
Number one!
put you up for sure. We did ask before. We do have a list that's already started, and that list is limited. So that's the best we can do, because we will only we'll only be able to make a smaller batch, because then we have to make a huge batch. It's all about investments and what we need to do for that. So there's a smaller batch going out first.
But we will get you to confirm in some way. So, you know what I mean? Confirm
Yes.
their purchase
Yeah.
in some way.
Yeah.
So we'll keep you posted.
Dave said, "Bye, nod." He said the podcast is going to be lots of laughs. Yeah, no question. Looking forward to having you on, Dave. That's it. That's all we got. You guys have a wonderful day. And D nod. Dorothy nod?
I think so.
Okay.
It could be a thing. Do the Dorothy nod.
Oh my gosh. That's like a dance. See you guys. Have a great day.
Bye, guys. Happy Friday. That's all we got.